Buenos dias, my friend. We are in Palma of Mallorca. Behind me, the symbol of this town, the cathedral and the royal palace of the Kingdom of Mallorca. The reason why I'm speaking with you with the mask is because we are in the Mallorca region. It's composed by 4 islands: Mallorca, Minorca, Formentera and Ibiza. They are enforcing to wear the mask outside and inside in presence of a large gathering of people. So since it's just me and Chicho, I'm gonna take it off in this moment so we can speak better. It's not dangerous at all here. They're actually very prudent because the population of this region, which is composed by 4 islands, it's 1,150,000 people, and at this moment, today is July 21st, they have only 1,700 COVID patients, which is 0.1%. So every 1,000 people, there's one with COVID, and they're either in the hospital or they're home in quarantine. So they're very prudent because it's very visited by tourists in German, English, French, and of course Spanish. This is a different season, of course, because of the fear of traveling. There's less tourists, but we have seen it some today and yesterday. Palma de Mallorca, as I said, is the capital of the biggest of the 4 islands. The combine of the 4 islands is 1,100,000 people. In Palma, this island of Palma, we have 550,000 people. In the capital, in Palma, 410,000 people. Long history we have here. The first settlement, the Phoenicians, then we have the Carthaginians. Then the Romans took over in the 2nd century BC, the Carthaginian War from the Romans to the Carthaginians. They conquered this island together with Sicily, Sardinia and Corsica. And from the moment this island would share the history with these 3 other Mediterranean islands. Interesting is that Mallorca is Spain, Corsica is France, Sardinia is part of Italy, but they have a common history together. After the fall of the Roman Empire, we have the barbarians coming here, the Visigoths. They follow the same destiny of Spain. After the fall of the Visigoths, we have the Arabs, Moorish. They came here in the 7th century. For 400 years they dominate these islands. And then we have the Italians, the Republic of Genoa and Pisa, from their base in Sardinia and Corsica. They conquer, they free the islands and the Pope. But the Arabs came back, and a little time later the Kingdom of Aragon, which is the in Barcelona, the Kingdom of Aragon was set in Barcelona. They reconquer, and from the moment Catalonia, and precisely the Kingdom of Aragon, was conquer the Balearic Islands, and from the moment the Kingdom of Mallorca was a vassal state of the Kingdom of Aragon, together with the Kingdom of Sardinia and the Kingdom of Sicily and the Kingdom of South Italy. It was a confederation of 4 kingdoms who were together from the 14th century to the 17th century. They were also, of course, part of Spain, because the Kingdom of Aragon, together with the Kingdom of Castilla, was part of Spain. As you know, Ferdinand of Aragon and Isabella de Castilla, they got married and Spain was united. Let's go to the story of this fantastic cathedral. It was built in 1320, and it took to build the structure that you see today 380 years. In the next to it, it's a Catalan Gothic Interesting story about the cathedral is the height of the central naves reach 100 feet, just like Notre Dame de Paris, same height. So it's which is the highest of the Gothic cathedral in Europe. As I said, is Gothic Catalan, is dedicated to, they call the Saul. It has an interesting story. In 1901, 50 years after restoration, Antoni Gaudí was invited to take over the project. Some of his idea was adopted, like moving the choir stalls from the middle nave to be closer to the altar. Other they were not. So we can say that it's also a cathedral that has been modernized quite a bit, mostly inside. Next to it we have the Palace of the Kings of Mallorca. Well, it's known as the La Almudaina, and it was built in the middle of the 1300. In front of us, right here, we have the Parc de la Mar, this huge fountain they built in the 70s, and it's right next to the old wall. In fact, the Mediterranean Sea, which is right behind us, it's used to reach the walls. Now you can see Chicho, my assistant, is taking around. And so all the space in between the seawalk and the cathedral, it's part of the Parc del Mar, the Park of the Sea. And of course they have a lot of celebration, a lot of festival and such. So I hope you enjoy this. We're gonna discover more things about Palma de Mallorca. They have a beautiful beach, beautiful caves, rocky caves. We're gonna take a drive tomorrow around the island. To do the whole tour of the island, car-wise will take about 5 hours. What's very interesting about this city, it's combined a fantastic history. You know, the center of the city is full of palaces of the nobility, and it represents really well the wealthy of these small kingdoms who ruled the West Mediterranean in between the 1300 and the 1700. You know, to get from the East Mediterranean to the West Mediterranean, precisely Gibraltar, you have to pass through here. So who control the Balearic Islands control the passage. So strategically very important. Of course they make great wine and olives, olive oil, and also minerals, important minerals. As we said, there are fantastic hotels. It's very rich, very wealthy. We saw a big port with a lot of yachts, and it's flat. So if you have difficulties to walk uphill, that's the place to come. Of course, right now it's 5 o'clock, and today is July 21st. It's hot, but there is a very nice breeze that comes and comforts you. But everything behind the whole city, it's in the shade with a lot of trees, great shops, and the price are really good. As I said, I will include this tour together with Sardinia and Corsica, because they, even if today they belong to 3 different countries, Italy, Spain and France, they have a lot in common, because the Roman history, the short Italian history of the Maritime Republic of Genoa and Pisa, and the Kingdom of Aragon, who grouped them all together until 1700. So keep watching our video. I hope you enjoy this. Goodbye. Buenos dias, everyone. We are in the beach of Cala here. We are in the northern point of the island of Mallorca. In front of us we have the other of the water. It doesn't need any commenting. It's so transparent. Hola, señores. Hello to everyone. We are in the center of Soler, another remarkable village in Mallorca island. Right behind me we have the Church of San Bartolomeo, Gothic Catalan, dated 1236. It's the finest, one of the finest examples of the Gothic Catalan. The interior are Baroque, also different, adding to the church have been added in the 15th century, like the bell tower. Then on our left we have two examples of what they call neo-Gothic style. The architect Rubio, which he was a follower of the great Gaudí, who had so many buildings built in Barcelona, built the Bank of Soleil building 1890. It's one of the finest examples of neo-Gothic. And on the other side, next to the church, we have another building, the City Hall, famous for the main hall, wide open, and the stairs, designed by the architect Belver, also a follower of the great Antonio Gaudí. There is at the City Hall. They call this neo-Gothic, neo-Renaissance. You can see the square around us. It's a lovely day with July 21st. So many trees, and in that direction we have the coastline, and we're gonna be in just 10 minutes. We're gonna be in Port Soleil, which is on the water. So we'll see you in a little bit. Buenos dias, my friend. Good morning. We are in Valldemossa. We are in the heart of the Sierra de Tramontana, which is a mountain range that covers the northwest of the island of Mallorca. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Behind me we have the chart house of Valldemossa, which is a monastery that used to be of the 17th century, that for many hundred years has been the care of the Carthusian monks. Interesting about this monastery, that was the home of Chopin for a few years. Also, what we found out in this lovely town is that Michael Douglas and Catherine Jones, they spent an holiday right outside the center of the city. In fact, Michael Douglas, it's an habitué of Mallorca. He has visited for 30 years consecutively, so he apparently is a big lover of these wonderful islands. And we are about 20 miles from the coast. We have mountains all around us. The landscape, it's gorgeous. It's a mix of very Mediterranean. You have olive trees, citrus, orange, lemons, very Sicilian palm trees in that way, but you see a lot of pines tree, cylindric, just like those you see in Tuscany. And this village, Valldemossa, it's also part of the UNESCO World Heritage Site, and we can see why the layout, it's extremely original, from the 1500, but everything is taken care really well. There's lovely shops, a lot of cafe with great price. And today is July 22nd, it's noon, and it's probably 75 degrees with a lovely breeze. So, I can see here coming, even in a warm month, June, September would probably be ideal, but we're in July now, and at the end of July we feel very good. So keep watching us. Now we're gonna leave Valldemossa and we're gonna go toward the coast, but the roads here are incredible. You see a lot of villas with a lot of bougainville and citrus tree and olive trees. So we're gonna take more pictures. Keep following us.